Well, you already know what it is. It's another episode of E-Thought Conversations, and I'm smiling. She's smiling. I am so blessed and honored today. Well, we interview people who are educational, entertaining, and engaging people who make a difference in this world. And I got a difference maker here today, none other than the iconic, the beautiful, the ablib-queen. Gospel music recording artist. Me and Pastor Welton, when we talk about you, we just don't call you a gospel artist. We say Lisa Page is a whole experience. So today I got the experience of Lisa Page Brooks. Yes. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for
Well,
having me.
it's a pleasure. It is absolutely an honor and a pleasure. I want to get right into it. You have a musical history that people may not know. Your dad was a
hmm
Motown recording artist, and
hmm
he's on the wall in the Motown Museum. Am I
hmm
correct?
You are correct. Yes,
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 and
yes.
his name is Warren Harris, and he sung with the Monitors. So
Mm.
you had music in your home, I'm assuming, all your life.
All my life, yeah, music.
Okay. And did he
Yes.
sing around the house? What did he train you?
He did a lot of stuff around the house, but he's but no,
Okay.
it was always music. So he trained me by default, he would make us sing and stuff like that, but just I would just kind of glean from that musical side and just sing how much he loved music and singing and played the piano a little bit, and it was always people in the house singing. And it was a good experience as a kid. I call him Uncle Otis, and it was Uncle Melvin, members
Oh,
of the Temptations. They were like family to me. I didn't know they were famous because I was a kid. But
yeah.
just being around that was great. It was great.
That's classic. So did you ever go to the studio with him, or what was it like when you saw him on the wall at the Motown Museum?
Oh, that was amazing to see. That was, yeah. When I first went to the museum, it was bittersweet for me because I was just proud of him. But then it was almost like when I got home that night, it was like I just relived so many moments and stuff. It was really something. And then this picture was at the Apollo Theater as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
when I went there, I saw his picture there as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm proud of him, what he accomplished, and it's the legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm
And so people don't think that you just came out of nowhere. You started, your dad song, then you
hmm
had the Voices of Eden,
Yes, my
which was good.
mother, and myself and my sister Leah.
Okay.
The three of us, we did a lot of stuff. We
Yeah.
traveled a little bit, but my mom, she had us singing at everything possible. So that's how I got a little quartet in me, a little
Yeah.
this, a little that. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
y'all was a staple at Dr. Clark's musicals at
Oh
Bailey.
yes,
Like we gonna have the
absolutely.
Voices of Eden.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. If you know the Voices of Eden, if somebody walks up to me and says the Voices of Eden, I know they know me.
Listen,
You
all
know
the way
me.
back.
Right. Right.
Classic stuff.
Absolutely.
So then you got a call, as you say, from Michael Allen Brooks, and then you went into Witness, which was
Yeah.
kind of like the sister group to Commission.
Absolutely.
And,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
experience was like what?
That experience it was really, well, actually, Michael Wright called me and he
Okay.
said, Brooks is starting a group. And he said, your name came up. And if you're interested, he gave me the day and the time that they were going to meet. And he was like, if you don't want to be in it, fine. And I wasn't really doing anything but raising babies. And and so the family group, we weren't really. So I said, I'm gonna just go by there and see what they're talking about. And I did, and the rest is history. It was definitely a female commission situation.
Yeah.
And his sister Tina wanted to sing solo, and he advised her against it. And he said, let me put together a group for you because she
Right.
really wanted to sing. And that's it, started there in 1986.
Golly, we're
Yeah,
not that old.
I know, it's
We just
crazy.
not.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But Witness, you say Mike Wright, because again, we called your late husband Brooks because there was Michael Williams, my brother. There was
Right.
Michael Wright originally, and then there was Michael Brooks. So it was Wright, Brooks, and Williams. Uh, so and then his sister Marvy was an original witness,
Yes, it was
and then
5 of us for 1 year. The first project was 5 of us, and then after that, it remained four ladies, and we did about I think 11 projects, and
wow,
it was a good journey. It was I kind of see later how we really influenced and impacted
yeah,
the music industry with contemporary music, and it's just you kind of see stuff after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You
So
don't
yeah,
really
but it was
recognize
great, right? You just in
history
the
is
thick,
happening while you making
yeah,
it.
you in
Yeah,
the thick of living, and it's just trying
raising
to.
babies and
Absolutely. And being
yeah,
on the road and being in van, it's not like it is now. So I was just happy to sing. A lot of times we didn't get paid. Just happy to have the opportunity to sing and open up for different artists. So
yeah,
it
yeah.
was a great experience.
And now you're solo. Did you ever want to go solo? Were you scared? Were you nervous?
Never,
Never.
never. Mm-mm.
So what convinced you?
No,
It
I
just
didn't want to. I didn't want to sing solo.
okay.
I like singing in the background, and I like to be creative in the studio, and so the record company kind of pushed it, and they were like, "Okay, Mike, we want. Can Lisa just do one solo project?" The first I said no. Second time I said no. Then they
Really?
offered. They offered. Yeah, I didn't want to do it, and then they offered me a friendly gesture,
Okay.
and so I said, "Okay, I'll do." it.
They persuaded you.
Yes, they did. They fully persuaded me.
Fully persuaded me.
Yes. And so and then I did it. But
So what was your
it's
hesitation?
I just for me, I think I didn't want to hear myself sing. Back then you recorded like what, 9, 10 songs?
Hmm.
And I'm like, nobody wants to hear me sing all those songs. I don't want to hear me sing 2 songs.
Oh,
I hated
yeah,
to hear it back and hear myself sing.
I get it.
I was developing my style when I got in Witness, trying to like really get my identity because I wasn't back then. The soprano was the stuff, and I
Hmm.
had this low register, and I'm like, I felt stuck with this. What you gonna do with this alto tenor thing? And
Hmm.
I was just comfortable in the background.
Okay, but listen, you got it now. So
I developed something by now.
at least you're comfortable, huh? Say,
I am.
okay. Yes, you are. So we talk about Brooks, as we affectionately call him, and then on July 16, 2024. Of course, we want to be
Hmm.
empathetic and sensitive. We
Yeah.
lost our friend, and he transitioned from this earthly realm into glory. What? Walk us up to that day.
Ooh, Eric,
I know.
that's like, oh my God. It was crazy because, and I'm just gonna be okay. I gotta be. I'm trying to watch how I say what I say
Hmm. Hmm.
because I'm a nice person.
You are very
But
nice. You
it's
are
crazy.
consistent.
It
People
was
say that about
crazy
you.
because they were having the meetings talking about commission. And
Okay.
they were having these meetings about the movie and music and
Hmm.
stuff. And it just seemed like my husband was so, he was just so adamant about, forget the dumb stuff, basically. Let's
Okay.
just do it. Let's do what we gotta do. Come on, y'all, let's just make it happen. Let's do it. It was just like it was Zooms and calls and emails, and they just constantly, what we gonna do? I don't want to do it. I do want to do it. I'm not even gonna repeat the stuff your brother said because then I would have to repent.
We gonna
So,
focus on Brooks.
oh, and I love them and all. I just wish they would have. I wish they would have um kind of moved forward. I guess
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Okay.
anyway, he was adamant about that, and it was just a little strange to me. And then his father was sick. His father
Mhm.
passed, and my husband was just like really wanted to make sure his father had a great service. So he did everything to make sure Elder Brooks had this amazing homegoing. I mean, it was a lot.
Mhm.
And so the day of his father's homegoing, he was like we were getting together and to go out to the church, and on the way to the church, my daughter was in the car. She asked him a question about a street,
Hmm.
and he was hesitant. But I didn't think of this to after the fact. He
Right.
was hesitant about a street in Inkster, and I'm like, now I know this man know this street because he been here forever. And when they first moved here from Connecticut, they moved to Wayne. They lived out there. So he was like, he went to Pentecostal Temple. He knew the street, but he was hesitant about answering about a street. But I didn't think about it then, not knowing that what was getting ready to take place in the next hour. And so we got there to the church. He was sitting in the pulpit talking to Carl Reed, talking to Pastor Carl. And I was sitting on the first row there, and I looked up, but I looked at Jay because something was strange. So I said, "What's going on with your father? Go up there and see what's going on." And he was like, "What you mean?" I said, "Look at him. He looks. What's going on?" Well, when he got up to go to the microphone to do the now, his father's body is there. We doing it. He got up to go to the microphone, and he just stood up and he couldn't move.
Mm.
So he had hemorrhaging. He had a massive stroke. He had hemorrhaging in his brain, and he never made it to the pulpit. The
Mm.
ambulance came. They carried him out of the church. It's
Wow.
crazy. And
Yeah.
then we thought he was getting better because they said his brain and everything was doing well. He was healing good,
Hmm.
but the rest of his organs, it was too massive.
Mm.
And so he lived 11 days after that.
Hmm.
And on July 16th,
Yeah.
he went to be with the Lord.
He answered the call.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just like, it's an unbelievable thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just some days I just like, okay, this is not real. Other days I feel anger. Some days I feel it's just a lot. It's waves of emotions,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
just have to keep my emotions under the blood, so to speak, or
Hmm.
covered with the word of God so I can kind of keep myself focused and going and not operate in that. Then there are days I just let go and give in and until I'm tired of crying or whatever and kind of pull myself together. And my girls and a few other people are, they check on me, come see about me, try to get me out the house.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's a process. I don't think I'll ever be the same. It's a new norm, and that I'm trying to adjust to. But you just feel like your life will never be the same. Not like you'll never be happy again, because the source of my happiness is the Lord.
Hmm.
But to be married 27 years, to know him longer than that, to work with him in the studio, to we were friends, laugh. I mean, we did everything together. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is crazy. So I just got to get used to doing stuff by myself.
and
I'll
and
be
and
all,
you
I'll
and
be all right.
you're doing a
I'll be.
phenomenal job.
Thank you.
People see the smile, but they're unaware of all the scars
Ooh,
and the pain just because you have
ooh,
a viral moment. And it's
right,
like, and they push you out
right.
there like, oh, she's doing well. And it's like, that's my safety zone right there.
Yes, absolutely. The singing and it's healing for me. Sometimes I have to like pray myself to the place where I can do it.
Hmm.
But once I do it, it's strength for me and all. But ooh, it's hard. I can't even. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nothing you can fake. It's hard. It's devastating. You feel empty. You feel lonely. You feel
Hmm.
abandoned. You just feel like, and then there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you can't change it.
Hmm.
And I was like, I knew we would at least see 80 together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. Because he loved life. I mean, he was full of life. Every time you see Mikey's, hey, man, because he had
Yeah,
that East Coast
that's
accent.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
William. Hey, man, you doing all right? It's like, yeah, man, I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
great.
Yeah, right.
So,
Absolutely. So, it's just and I have to deal with like my birthday, my first birthday, first Thanksgiving, first Christmas, all of this stuff without him being there. So I'm sure that'll get easier, but
it's all new. and there are
Oh,
stages
it's
that you have
nice.
to go through, and but
Hmm.
it, I haven't been there, so I can't speak to that. But
Ooh, I don't wish this. I don't wish this.
oh,
I don't wish what I feel right this second. It's like a. It's like now I'm talking. I feel great doing this interview with you, but
uh-huh.
still, it's like this thing back there. It's like a little thing. Like it's like somebody said, "How can you describe it?" And I said, "It's like having. Mm, if you ever had the stomach flu in a major way,
Hmm. It'll empty you out.
no matter how you smile, laugh, it's
You
just
feel
like
it
that."
coming.
Thing there. It's a thing back there, like you're there, and that's how it
Mhm.
is. No matter what I do every day, all day, I can intentionally not think about it, but it's still there. It's just there. Then I'm running across stuff. I'm throwing stuff away. I'm seeing pictures. Then people sending me pictures. And then when I feel like I'm good, then I open up an email and it's like, remember this? And I'm like, oh my God, why are you? So when I don't want to talk about them, somebody in the store, oh, and then, we're so proud of you. And how
Mhm.
are you doing? And it's just like, and I know people, I mean,
They
their
mean well,
intentions. Yeah. But sometimes, I just stay in the house. I don't have to deal with it.
which I think is fine. You're still in the early stages again because you've been thrust in this viral moment. People
Yeah.
want to push you forward, but they
Yeah.
have to give you time and be sensitive and empathetic to the process.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
On this
Absolutely.
end, how can people support you? What do you wish people knew about this process that maybe we can be a little more sensitive in that area?
I don't think I thank God for the support, and I really feel people praying for me. At times I really feel strength. At times when I feel like, oh, I can't do this, I just feel like people when they really say I'm praying for you, I feel that sometimes. But I don't think there's anything that anybody can do.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I like Gucci, but even
The joy of the Lord is my strength, and Gucci will lift my spirits even further. What's your cash app?
temporary, you know what I'm
I
saying?
get it. Yeah.
That's temporary.
But laughter
So
doeth good like a medicine.
I gotta go through it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's another thing I realized you have to go through this.
Ugh.
You, I gotta go through it. I gotta deal with it. I gotta, you know, it's just, yeah, it's something.
And I'm sure you like anybody. There's answers. There's questions. There's
I got
yeah.
I ask God questions. I mean, I said why. If I got paid for every time I said why, I'd be a millionaire right now.
Hmm.
I just like trying to figure like, well, how did this happen? And then you allowed it to happen because you could have stopped it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
what
Yeah.
what was this for? What
Yeah.
like. So I think about it every day. Like this is crazy, and it's like it rehearses in your mind. It's like just you see the last moments. You see just
Mm.
it's crazy.
And that reconciliation process between your faith and your humanity is for a believer. It's something altogether different
Yeah.
because you never had it in this situation before.
No. I
Like,
thought it was bad for with my mother, and I'm like,
okay.
oh my God, this is crazy.
Hmm.
This is crazy. So I mean, and I know that he'll never put more on us than we can bear.
Hmm.
So, all of those scriptures that I've told other people, nah,
they
I
got
gotta go.
they come
Okay,
to life.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So his brother in Christ in the group, Fred, did a video tribute to him at the Kirk Franklin reunion tour. Did you get a chance to see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That should have been a little heartwarming.
That was nice.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
And so, what's your favorite Mike Brooks musical moment? Like,
Oh man, wow, that's hard. My favorite Michael Brooks musical moment. I have so many. That's unfair.
is it fair? Okay, okay.
That's unfair because I think I used to, well, it was musical moments because a lot of times when I would go out and sing hymns or sing and he was with me, whatever, I love those moments that he played for me.
Oh God, yes.
I love those moments. There were times now that he'd be like, "Oh, they got it, they good," the band.
Right.
Or and then there were times where he would let me sing and sit there, and the musician be horrible, and I'd be looking like, "You really gonna sit there and not play? Like I got a reputation to keep up. You gonna
Mhm.
let me sync with this?" He was like, "Look, I'm tired. I ain't coming." But when he would play for me, yeah, I love that. I love those moments that he would play, and we would kind of lock eyes and do different
Mhm.
stuff and have
Mhm.
fun while
Mhm.
ministering. That was a lot of fun to me. The studio sessions, just it's so many memories from
Mhm.
Studio A. It's so many. I mean, it's just
So many.
it's so many.
You talked about not recognizing history while you're part of it, but, going back to the early days of the commission, when he started coming around, everybody met Brooks, and, he was the first one playing them stack keyboards, and
Mm-hmm.
when Fred would put the bass down and he'd be doing that bass line, everybody's like, "This
Mm-hmm.
guy is amazing," because nothing fell out musically.
Right,
It
right,
it was just
right.
him and Mike on the drums, or Mike Wright sometimes
Yep.
when Mike was there, and it was a full sound, and he was a progenitor in that aspect that
Yes.
he created that.
Yes, he
Nobody was
did.
doing that in gospel.
That's right. It's true. I don't think he got the credit that he should have gotten as far as commission. And
Mhm,
the reason why, a lot of it was not, some of it was the group's fault,
mhm,
but then some of it wasn't, because for people, most times the people that are singing, they always give you, the people out front, you get the credit, of course.
true.
But um I don't think he got the credit that he should have gotten, as far as writing all the material, as far as helping the other people with their songs,
Mhm,
making their songs be songs for real, and
mm.
then not taking credit for it. Nowadays,
Ah,
even with the and I know you're gonna get to that, but even with the Grateful Chant thing,
mhm,
when I did that song, Gerald was involved, D-Lo, Dwight, I mean not Dwight, David Outing, and
mhm,
Tasha. Well, Ali sang on it, my brother.
right.
Tasha, Gerald, and David, they got credit for helping to create the song. Even if they put a few lines in there, if they came up with anything, they got credit for it. But my husband was instrumental in all the most of the commission stuff, as far as do it like this, or structure it like this, or make it sound like a song. You know what
Mhm,
I'm saying? I know
mhm,
Fred was great with harmonies and stuff like that, but as
but,
far as them making stuff sound like songs, that was all him. He never got credit for that stuff, and he never took credit on paper for it,
uh-huh.
which he should have got paid. He should have been a millionaire in the 90s.
In the 90s when it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Hmm.
royalties were good.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I asked him that too. I'm like, because different songs I would ask him about. And he said, well, Mitch brought that song. Mitch could play a little bit. So he did play it, and he had the lyrics. He said,
Mhm.
but like the intro and this part here,
He
you have to
developed it.
structure it to make it a song.
Mhm.
So nowadays, if somebody does that, they getting a piece of your song.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, he was I like to say he was a developer, he was the first one that
Yeah,
understood transitions and
exactly.
phrasing,
He was the
and
only real songwriter in the group.
yeah, yeah, everybody else had to grow into that genre,
Absolutely. And
for
some of them
sure.
still growing.
Well, we giving them credit today.
You you
Brooke,
are. I love, yeah, right. So that right. Yeah, let's give him credit today. And if anything changes in black and white, it'll be giving me credit. Praise the Lord.
absolutely. Absolutely. That
Yeah,
is the business of music.
absolutely.
It's the music business, and we shouldn't shy away from the business of,
Hmm.
because somebody's making
Hmm.
the money. It might as well be us.
Yeah,
So
all the work put in. You're right. You're right.
100% agree.
Mhm.
So any past royalties, forward them to Lisa Page Brooks. She's available. You can find her on anywhere. Her email, her
The
social media.
grateful chick is
Call her. You got her number. Talking about grateful chat. Again, you're an experience. So you've been doing that since we've known you. And I've
Hmm.
heard the story that you did it, and I don't know who posted it, and then you woke up and it was like, "Ma, get up."
Hmm. You
all over
viral. I'm
it.
like, what? You viral on TikTok.
Right.
What?
What?
Yeah, that happened by mistake. That's oh God. I mean, I know we say it, but it's cliche-ish. Oh God, God did it. This God. No, this is for real, God. I
Mm,
don't even. I don't know how it happened. I just know it happened. I'm grateful that it happened. Um, and I just been doing it. I just sang. I sang. At that event. I sang.
mhm.
Coming down the stairs, they kept saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, just tired. I was glad I made it through that event
Yeah.
because it was hard. That was my first time singing.
First time singing.
My first time going
God
out
is
of town
amazing.
singing since my husband passed. My first time singing the line. I thank you for my husband too. My first time making it through that song. The kid, my daughters were worried about me. Like, you gonna be okay? You should
Mhm.
cancel this event. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cancel. My word is out there. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna follow through. And we made it through. We had a little issue with that event as well. So
Mhm.
it was just a lot. So they just kept saying, because I was just up there going, anybody grateful, anybody thankful. I do that all the time
All the time
for years.
for
Then
years.
they kept saying, yeah, 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 yeah. And I come down the stairs, I just broke out. The devil is a liar. And I was just like, and they kept saying, yeah, 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 yeah. And then by the time I got to the yeah, 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 then I'm acting silly, just having fun.
Yeah.
And then usually I like to post a little something if I when I go out. So it was like 32 seconds. I said, let me post this. And I posted it, and then the next day,
Favor.
I'm a viral sensation.
You listen. I listen. I'm just glad to know you. Like, but you know what's so crazy is when it came across my feed, it
Hmm.
was like it grabbed you. It was like, oh, this is something special. Now we
But
like
that's crazy that people say that.
it. You can't again. That's we're gonna have to tie it up to just the hand of God because you couldn't have programmed that or planned that. The phrasing, like we say, the moment, the timing, coming down the steps, stopping, looking at the camera. It God just ordered your
He
steps,
did. He did. He really did. He did. That's
and
crazy.
you were due for it. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh my gosh. That's
yeah, yeah.
something.
And you were due for it, and it's a wonderful thing. You mentioned that the song you got into there and you wrote it. It's your thing, but you
Hmm.
included Gerald and your daughter
Yeah.
Tasha and
They were
D-Lo.
very instrumental in because after it happened, Tasha was like, "My people say, where's the song? I want to download it." Well, it wasn't a song,
Yes.
so she said, "Ma, you got to make this a song." So I thought I was going to Atlanta to hang out with Ali. We ended up going to Gerald's house. He has a lovely studio in his house,
Mm-hmm. Gerald
and we
Hatton,
ended up Gerald Hatton. We went over
who's married
there.
to your cousin.
He's married to Tammy, my cousin. Yes, and we went over there and made it a song, and here we are.
And
And
your
then
brother Ollie's a producer in his own right. Michael's
yes,
kind of
he
he was
is.
a protege of Mike's.
Yes, he misses my husband so much. We talk
Yes.
about it. I get off the phone with him because I'm like, you're not gonna cry, you're not gonna make me cry. But yeah, my husband took him off the streets of Detroit, getting in trouble
Yeah.
at about four. He was 14 years old.
Hmm.
So that was a huge thing for my brother. So yeah, yeah, that's
So in reference to that, you're gonna have to get a Grateful Guy shirt too.
I gotta do something with that. I gotta do something with it, Eric.
Come
I'm
on
gonna
now.
figure it out.
We can't be grateful. Is
You
any guy
can.
grateful? Is any guy grateful? Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it. And so now you issued a grateful challenge to some of your
Yeah,
contemporaries out there. I love
I
that.
did. I did. Only one came through. I said, "What they?" I said to myself, I said, "Now if I don't get any more, it's one of three things they don't want to do it, and you
Hmm.
entitled to that,
Right,
because
right, right.
I don't do nothing I don't want to do.
Right,
You scared,
right.
or you a hater?"
Shalom. I just think they just got, they rest in their voice for right now because they got to hit that low.
I mean, I know our world. You know what I'm saying? You just
Yeah, for
caught
sure.
up. Yeah, it's just a lot. I mean, it's just fun. If they do it or not, it's just Just something to do.
Yeah, something to do.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
we coming to the end of this conversation. When you see Tasha going for
mhm,
what
mhm.
what 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 do you say? What do you think? What's your heart
Well,
think?
I'm super proud of Tasha. Tasha's a maniac. But she she's always been like that about singing, and she took it serious at a young age. And Tasha's mindset is that anything I set out to do, I'm gonna do it. Whether you agree, it doesn't matter. Tasha's just that's just she's been like that, and just to see her really pursue her musical career or ministry, so to speak. I'm very proud of her. She's doing an amazing job, and I love the passion that flows out of her. I love singing with her. We have a lot of fun together, and
It
it's
don't
just
make no sense.
it just brings me joy. I'm really I thank God for my daughters. We had a blended family. Our family, but I have three biological daughters, and
Mhm.
so I'm proud of all of them. Just doing an amazing job. So I'm proud of them.
And besides being an artist and an experience, you are an amazing mother because they're always going to be behind you and you're always behind them. And you're not
Yes.
Lisa Page. When you see you all together, you're not Lisa Page Brooks, the artist. You're Lisa Page Brooks, the mother, the grandmother,
hmm
and
Actually, I'm a Nene, and then Tasha's a grandmother, so I'm a great grandmother.
ooh, huh?
Yeah, that's something too.
Grateful grandmamas didn't look like that back in our day.
Praise the Lord.
they they didn't look like that. But we say thank the Lord. This
Oh,
has
listen.
absolutely been great. Thank you for sharing your time with us. I do this thing called first
Mhm,
thoughts where I just want to get the first thought that comes to your mind. And it's just where we
mhm.
have a little fun at the end of the interview. So tell me, do you beach or mountains?
Beach.
Beach, okay. Dinner and a movie or Netflix and chill?
Dinner and a movie.
The wine is a commission.
I plead.
Let's
I
see.
plead the fifth. Now commit. That's you wrong because I joined perfecting.
Okay, okay, yes, yes. Okay,
So why you gonna have me pick? How you gonna have me?
that don't mean you
But
gotta
they
hate.
both, but
You
they
can love
both
one and not
impact.
hate the other.
I know they both impacted my life so much,
Okay.
but I have to say commission because my husband was the foundation of that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
commission.
Okay.
hmm hmm
Um, flowers or candy?
Flowers,
Okay. Brandy or Monica?
Brandy or Monica. I would say. I think I'm gonna say. Oh God, Brandy's such a great singer, but I just love how Monica owns her
Wow.
tone and what she does, and just comfortable with it. I'm gonna say Monica.
Okay, okay.
hmm
iPhone or Android?
I,
iPhone team.
I just got rid of my Android.
Did you? Okay, well, welcome aboard. We love the Apple.
I'm
Come
so
on.
okay, okay,
Two more.
okay.
Talk or text?
Talk.
Okay, my last one. The Bishop Michael Brooks or the artist producer Michael
Bishop.
Bishop, and
Mm.
why?
Because by the time he yielded to that and surrendered to that, his mindset was different. His
Mhm,
spiritual maturity was different. The way he saw life was different. And it was just a whole nother thing. Even though he was always a kind person and always, but I think he valued the call on his life,
mhm.
and his whole thing was like heaven. It was like I gotta do right. I gotta see the Lord. So the
Wow.
bishop, the
The
bishop.
Bishop, the city Bishop.
Oh
There's a
yes,
city in the distance.
oh
My
yes.
man. We love him. We
Mhm.
miss him. I want to thank you. How can people find you on social media? Email?
Instagram, I'm there a few
Mhm.
times a day. Lisa Page Brooks. So I'm there. And then everything is Lisa Page Brooks. On Facebook, I have just a page, Lisa Page Brooks. And what else? Yeah. Lisa
Okay.
Page Brooks, Instagram. And they well, just Instagram. I'm not gonna go through all those emails. I
Okay,
mean,
that's fine. And the single is out on all streaming platforms. It broke out number
Yes.
1. People are anticipating it.
Hmm.
Download it. Is there some more music coming? Is there a mother-daughter
Yes.
project coming?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff getting ready. Yeah, it's some stuff I can't say, but
Okay.
something big is getting ready to happen. I'm excited. Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much. You are definitely making a difference in this world. I'm sure your
Thank you.
testimony and your journey is going to bless countless numbers of people. Thank you for
Thank
sharing it,
you.
being vulnerable, and being sensitive in this time. I appreciate you. I love you.
I love
And
you
I
too.
always
Thank you.
thank you. I always want to leave people with an e-thought. My e-thought for today is most people grow only to the size of their problem and not to the size of their potential. And that's my e-thought. Thank you, Lisa Page Brooks.
Thank you.
I'll see you next time on
All
e-thought
right.
Conversations.